Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm sorry I've been away for a while. Obviously I've not uploaded anything, I've not even filmed anything recently if I'm honest, because I just finished college. Same whoop whoop boots. This wee guy wanted to be in the vlog, so yes, he's always welcome, aren't you? You bitey McBiterson. Right. So basically I've just finished college, that's me finished my HNC in acting, so woo, that's where all my kind of spare time has went. That's where all my time has gone recently, so I'm back now, and I just thought I would do something a little bit different, a little bit interesting for you guys. So today I thought I'd do a little story time vlog. So basically I'm not going to mess about too much, I'm just going to jump straight into my story, and as you've probably seen by the caption and the thumbnail, I got bitten at a nightclub. What happened was a couple of years ago, and I wasn't planning on going out. I was sitting in myself watching TV, and I wasn't planning on going out. And I was on my mate's Snapchat, and I saw that he was at the Cat House in Glasgow, which is if you don't know what the Cat House is, it's a kind of alternative kind of rock club. I'm into metal, rock, stuff like that, so yeah, the Cat House is a perfect destination for that. My mate puts on Snapchat that he's at the Cat House, and I thought, do you know what, why not? I'm sitting in here myself, I've got nothing to do, I'll go to the Cat House. So I got ready, left my house, went along to the train station, which is about a half-hour walk from me, which isn't too bad. It wasn't massively late at this point, it was maybe about 9:30 at night, so it's late, but it's not too late. The club is still taking admissions, so I thought, right, let's go, let's have a good time, and managed to catch my train. So I thought I'm going to need to get a taxi back anyway, so getting one of the last trains isn't really an issue. So anyway, I got the train, got to the Cat House, met my friend, which was a nice surprise for him, which was cool for me as well, because I met some of his friends. It was really cool. So we got in, we got a drink, we're having a good time, I say a dance, you don't really dance to metal. You can do, but not my thing. Whatever floats your boat, I suppose. So anyway, we had a bit of a headbang, and I went out into the smoking area with my friend. I've had a few beers, and my mate's mate is standing on his phone. So I thought me being the cheeky bastard that I am, I'll steal his phone just for a laugh. So he's on his phone. Beep, beep, beep. So I reached over, yoink, and grabbed his phone off him, and he just kind of looked at me, and we had a wee laugh, and I went, "Ha, not getting it back," and I put it in my back pocket. Obviously I joke. He knew I was joking. I knew I was joking. It was a good laugh. So I went to give him his phone back, and just as I went to give him his phone back, I just heard this like a banshee's squeal. This girl comes bounding out of the door into the smoking area, and she's screaming. She's, "Ah, where's my phone? Where's my phone?" And yeah, I'm going to beep all the language out in this because there's going to be quite a lot of it. I do apologise. So there'll be a lot of beeps. So this girl comes bounding out, and she's screaming, "Where's my phone?" And by this point, I'm just thinking, oh, it's another night in Glasgow. There's a crazy woman running about shouting stuff. So I didn't think anything of it until she approached the group I was standing with. So she comes over to me and my mate and my mate's friends, and she's like, "Who's got my phone? Who's got my phone?" So we all started kind of looking at each other, and at this point I'm feeling quite uneasy. Obviously there's a girl standing screaming at us, and then after maybe 10 seconds of like each staring each other down, I went, my mind kind of, it clicked, and I went, oh crap. What had happened was, and I worked this out in my head so quickly. I'm usually really slow, whether it comes to stories, jokes, anything. I'm the slowest person on earth. But something in my head worked out what was happening. And what it was the guy, my mate's mate, whose phone I took and put in my pocket, he had her phone. They knew each other. So the phone I took off of him and put into my pocket was her phone. And I didn't know this. So at this point I've just realised what's going on, and I'm standing there going, oh crap. So she turns and she looks at everyone, and everyone's like, don't know. Including myself, I went, don't know, trying to kind of, that I would have got it back to him to give to her. But so she's looking around, and she's like grabbing people, and she's like, "Where's my phone?" and she's shaking people and stuff. So at this point I'm like, oh, I don't want involved in this. So I took the phone out of my pocket, and I passed it behind my friend who's standing on my right hand side. I passed it behind him while she's interrogating somebody over this side. So I took the phone, I passed it behind him and passed it back to the guy who had originally took it from. So I gave it to him and he put it in his pocket. So she turns to me, seeing me kind of moving, she turns to me and she goes, "Where's my fucking phone?" And I'm like, "I don't have your phone. Genuinely, I don't have your phone." And at this point, I'm telling the truth. I never intended to offend anyone, to steal anyone's phone. I thought I was having a joke with a friend of a friend. So she turns and she goes, "Where's my phone?" And I'm standing there going, "I don't have your phone. I swear to God, I don't have your phone. I wouldn't. What would I want with your phone? I don't know you." So she goes, "You've got my phone," and she keeps repeating this to my face, like screaming at me. And I mean, really angry, like foaming at the mouth, angry, you know. Sorry, please excuse my phone. Oh, speaking of phones, triggered. No. So she's like, "Where's my phone? Give me my phone back." And I was like, "I don't have your phone." So I turned it. I physically turned out my pockets. I had my phone, my wallet. I didn't have her phone. I turned out my pocket. She's like, "I know you've got my phone. I know you've got my phone. If you don't give me my phone back, I'm gonna bite you." And you know the way I had a kind of moment. I thought, disbelief. I thought, what? You're gonna bite me? Like, what, are you a cannibal? Like, what's going on? So I was like, you're not gonna bite me. You know what I mean? You're not gonna bite me. Shut up. I'm not got your phone. I've told you a million times, not your phone. That's the end of it. Go away. Like, get away from me. You're really annoying me now, because obviously by this point, as I said, a few drinks in me, I'm just trying to have a good time, and I've got somebody like screaming at me and interrogating me for something that I wasn't aware I'd done, that I had thought I'd rectified. I thought at this point, the guy that knows her, the guy that had her phone originally, the one I'd returned it to, would have said, "Listen, I've got your phone, fair play, you know," but no, he didn't. So he stood there, and I'm taking the brunt of this, which is, because if I thought to myself, my brain process was, if I give him her phone back, and he says, "I've got your phone, there you go," she won't really mind, because they know each other, you know. I don't know her, so if I produce her phone, she's gonna be like, "Oh, he stole my phone, what's going on?" You know. So that was my process. So anyway, I went, "I've not got your phone, just go away, leave me alone." And she goes, "I swear to God, I'll bite you, give me my phone back." And I was like, "Look," and I turned out my pockets again, I'm like, "Look, I don't have your phone, just leave me alone." So anyway, she goes, "I warned you," and I'm so lucky I had a drink in me. You know, I don't drink a lot, but I had a good drink in me. I'm out having a good night out, I'm enjoying myself, you know. So she grabs my arm and she just bites down, and I couldn't. Sorry, please excuse me. My wee cat Boo is under the table. I've got a packet of crisps under the table and he's rustling them, so I don't know what he's doing. Boots, what are you doing? Can you come out, please? Do you want to say hello? Let's say hello, Boots. Say hello to YouTube. Right, go and chill out over there, man. So, sorry about that. So anyway, back on track. He's biting me now. Stop it. So, back on track. Basically, she bites me and she latches on. I mean, really bites. I didn't realise until probably the day after of just how bad it was. But to kind of explain to you what actually happened at that point, on as she latches onto my arm, she's really biting, and I mean to the point where her teeth are gritted, her face is like shaking with like pressure, like she's like, you know, like she's really, really biting, and I was crapping myself, to be honest. I was like, it was bizarre, to say the least. So she's really biting down, and she bites down until the point where I just felt my skin break, like properly break, and there was a click sound. It was horrible. And as soon as that happened, she let go. And as soon as she let go, I just felt like pressure just kind of release. So I just felt like this kind of warm sensation. And it was blood. It was running down my hand and trickling off the ends of my fingers. And I was like, what the like, what the have you done? This is disgusting, it's crazy, like, what, you know. And I just thought, like, I couldn't restrain her, I couldn't stop her, I wouldn't have hit her, but I couldn't stop her, I couldn't push her off, because I know that she was really well known there, and obviously if anyone had seen, like, a guy my kind of stature pushing this girl out of the way, or restraining her or anything, I probably would have got a beating, because people obviously don't know the backstory, but they just see a guy putting his hands on a woman to try and, like, they might not have known that I was restraining her or stopping her. They might have thought I was trying to like beat her up or something. I don't know. So I didn't do anything. I just I took it. The blood's basically running off my hand at this point, and I'm going, what the hell is going on? So my mate turns to his friend, the one that's got the phone, and just kind of shakes his head. And I don't blame him, being honest. I don't blame him. I blame myself for being stupid and taking someone's phone as a joke in the first place. But he produced the phone. This girl turns and looks at the phone, and as soon as she sees her phone in his hand and knows that I don't have it, she bursts into tears. And I have sympathy for anyone's story, anything anyone's going through, no matter how long ago it was, and I just want to make that very clear right now. If something's happened to you, something tragic's happened to you, I feel sympathy for that. But don't use it as an excuse, and I'll get on to that. Basically, she starts crying, and she's like, oh, I have bipolar disorder, and my sister died 9 years ago, and I'm really heartbroken about it, and I'm kind of messed up in the head and stuff. And I just turned and I went, that's no reason to bite someone, you know. I know you thought I had your phone, which I didn't. Sorry for any misunderstanding or whatever, but you've literally sunk your teeth into me and broke the skin. Like, I am bleeding here, and there was blood, honestly, it was running off the ends, dripping off the ends of my fingers, you know. So my mate grabbed a hold of me and went, you're an idiot, to her, basically, you're a so-and-so, I won't say the words because it was quite harsh. And then we went inside, we proceeded inside, she kind of gathered herself and went away to her friends, whatever. We went inside and up to the bar, and my mate said, try to hail the bartender down and said, listen, he's just been bitten, can we please have like some alcohol wipes, first aid kit, even like boots, a shot of vodka, something to kind of like disinfect this bite, a human bite, you know. So yeah, the bartender went away, got a first aid kit, gave us a handful of alcohol wipes, and basically told us to fuck off, you know, because it was so bizarre. Probably didn't believe us, which is fair. I probably wouldn't have believed it if somebody had told me that either. Like, I've just been bitten by a woman, you know. So anyway, I rubbed it down, put some tissue on it, pulled my sleeve back down, and went on with my night. Went home and then got up the next morning, and that's obviously I told my mum and Smurf. I told Smurf about it, and Smurf took me to the. In fact, no, did Smurf take me to the hospital? I think Smurf took me to the hospital. I'm not sure if it was my mum or Smurf that took me, but someone took me to the hospital. I went in. I went up to the reception, and obviously they asked you what's happened, and I said last night I was bitten in a nightclub, and the woman said, "Can you speak into the mic, please?" And I went, "I was bitten at a nightclub." And she says, "What bit you, sir?" And I said, "A woman, a human woman." And she went, "No, sir, can you please into the mic?" And I went, "A human woman bit me." And she just kind of looked, and she went, "Right, thank you. What's your name? What's your details and everything?" And then she went, "The doctor will be with you in a wee second." And there was quite a lot of people in the waiting room this early in the morning. There was quite a lot of people. And maybe about 5-6 minutes later, the doctor came out. "We'll take you now." So I went in, asked me what had happened, and I told him. And he went, "I'm really sorry to sound unprofessional here, but that's disgusting, you know." And I was like, "Yeah." And he says, "That is so horrible." He was like, "What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pen, and I'm going to draw a big circle around the scar, which I will add photos of my scar into the video, all healed, obviously a couple of years old. I don't have any pictures of it fresh. I remember taking pictures of it when it happened, or the day after it happened, when I was at the hospital, but I can't find them for some reason. If I ever do find them, I'll post them on Instagram and put a link to the video or something, or I'll mention them in another video, the pictures, and I'll put a link in the description or whatever. But for now, I've only got the pictures of the healed scar, which I'll add in just after I finish the story. So basically, the doctor drew this big circle around, and he said, "I've drawn this big purple circle. if the redness leaves the circle, if it goes really red beyond the circle, and I mean it was a big circle. I mean, this is my arm, so the scar's here. I'll try and show it. I'll take a better picture of it, but it's quite a substantial scar. It's really indented as well, you know. But basically, he drew a circle right out, right round, and he says basically if the redness leaves the circle, then you must come back, because there's a chance you have an infection, a blood-borne infection. So you could have hepatitis A, hepatitis B, or HIV, which is obviously quite a scary thing to hear. I'm okay. To give full disclosure right now, I don't have anything. I am all good health-wise. I'm fine. But he gave me antibiotics. I had to take them for, I think it was 4 or 5 weeks. And then after that, the redness did go away, and I was fine. It wasn't until actually quite recently, when I was feeling poorly, that I was actually checked for HIV, which I had to wait 8 weeks for the results for, which is really scary. It's just, I think it's the same if anyone's waiting for like potentially life-changing results from a medical examination. It's a really scary thing. The actual story of the biting, I can kind of laugh at now. It's still really serious and it still scares me a little, but it's something I can actually laugh and kind of have a bit of entertainment about. Because in my acting class, we actually had to act out one of somebody's real-life stories, and that was mine got acted out, and everyone was quite taken aback by it. And rightly so. It's something that I never thought would happen to me, or if it would happen to anyone. It's quite kind of freaky, quite kind of zombie-esque, vampire, kind of weird, kind of fictional, it's almost sounding. So basically, I took these pills, the redness went away. So that was me. I've got a scar now. I'm constantly, sorry, I've got something in my eye. I'm constantly reminded of that experience. It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy thing. I'm really sorry. I have something in my eye. It's really bothering me. That's me. It's something that I'm always reminded of. As much as I never want to see that girl ever again, because she does know friends of mine, and she did come over to us on a night out, and I expressed that I didn't want to be around her because of what she'd done to me, which she actually found quite funny at the time, which I expressed my displeasure for, the fact that she found it comedic, that she'd pipped me and broke my skin and possibly given me an infection at the time. But I'm just really glad I don't have anything. And I think the moral of the story here is, don't steal people's phones, even if they're your friends or your friend's friend, unless you know for a cold hard fact that is their phone or that is their belongings. Don't take it, don't have a joke about it, because it could get you bitten. I never thought I'd say that, but there it is. So yeah, I went to the cat house in Glasgow a couple of years ago, and I got bitten by a woman for taking her phone through proxy. So yeah, don't take anyone's phone. Thank you very much for listening, guys, and I hope you tune in next time for more crazy stories. Probably nothing as bizarre as this, but yeah, more stories to come. Cheers.